or some shit. But yeah, they invited me, so I'm like, of course she's fucking going. She's the one who posts all the like skincare content and stuff. And yeah, it was pretty dope. It was like, they always do pretty crazy like parties though, Chemist Warehouse. So when they do like their gifting, so this one was like Fly Chemist Warehouse Air. So like it was in the airport.
What, at the airport?
Yeah, and you walked in and it was like you went and got a passport stamp.
Yeah. Your boarding pass,
boarding pass,
sick,
and then you go around and try all the brands, and then they had like a silver aeroplane in there. But when you leave, like they give you like your luggage. So they gave us like this big box, and it was just like filled with like maybe like $300 to $400 worth, if not more, of like Chemist Warehouse products.
What?
Like just like so heavy.
That is sick.
Great, because it was like subs. Subs.
Yeah, just a bit, yeah.
Like nutritional, like stuff, skincare, face masks.
Damn.
I did one of the foot peels. it wasn't like the ad though, because I was like, all right, my feet are like manky. It's like I hate looking at feet. I was like, nah. I was like, all right, I'll do this. Like, partner's like, all right, I'm gonna do a peel. I was like, oh, I'll jump on it too. I swear that's the gateway for guys. Your partner's like, what does it? Like, I probably wouldn't do face masks. But then I see her do it. I'm so relaxed.
Let me try that out.
They actually look really good, don't they?
Yeah, fully.
Yeah.
So I did the foot peel, and on the ad, your skin's meant to come off straight away. And I had like leprosy, like, or what looked like leprosy on my feet for like a week because the skin was just dropping off. Like,
Wow.
so yeah, don't do it.
It wasn't a fun time.
No, like I already hate feet. And like, then it made them even worse. I was like, no.
We just got to bring back Juice WRLD.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, I think so, right?
Yeah.
It's so many rappers that are great have gone, haven't they?
Yeah,
you know,
fully.
King Von,
What, Triple X Temptation?
yeah, Xtadian, yeah,
Little Peep.
yeah.
Pop Smoke.
Pops. Oh, good old Pop.
I can't get over how young he was with
Yeah.
a voice like that.
Bro, that was
Like,
a grown,
he's like 50 Cent,
man.
like fully like next generation 50 Cent, but like, when you realize he was like 22 or something like that, and he's like, no. Like, oh my, what the fuck, dude?
Man,
I'm 34, I still got a high pitched voice. Like, when I was 22, I was like, hey,
Man, what's up with it?
I've tried doing that so much, like holding my throat in, or like, you know, trying to get a cold deliberately to sound like I can't
It doesn't
do it.
work.
I can't.
Yeah.
So how he did it, he was just blessed, wasn't he?
Yeah,
And
fully,
apparently
yeah.
it came out of nowhere as well. Even his brother said it, and he just started doing it. And I was like, damn.
Yeah,
Yeah.
crazy.
Nah, but Juice WRLD had such a sick voice, especially little TJ as well. Their voices, just there's something about them, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's special. I don't know. Juice WRLD was something else, wasn't he? His freestyling ability.
I feel like you're plugging in with this shirt as well.
Yeah.
He was. I think the ability to freestyle as well, because like, you know,
This was unintentional, by the way. I did not mean to do this, okay?
the biggest fan over here. But
Yeah.
I think like just the ability to freestyle and stuff is just like the soul of hip hop in a way. Like I feel like now, like especially with like AI and ghostwriters and stuff like that, like you got so many artists. Like
I just feel like if you can't freestyle, you can't rap.
yeah,
You know, it should be, that's how it should
Yeah,
be.
that's it.
yeah.
Don't
You
try
know.
and force it just because.
Yeah.
Oh, I've had so many sick nights, like because I make music and like.
Oh, what do you make?
Like, bro, so many different kinds. I started out making like a hardcore band when I was younger. At the moment, I'm kind of working on like a kind of like alternative kind of country rock kind of vibe. But
I could tell by the hat.
Yeah, I was about to say
Country hat.
rap, I rap and like like rapping, I guess, because like I've always been a singer, but just like learning how to deliver lyrics and like enunciate flows and figuring out like what fits inside a beat. Like I used to play drums, so it kind of reminded me of like vocally drumming in a way when you're like singing in a certain kind of alliteration and stuff. And it's just a great way to get, I guess, like familiar with your own voice and like delivering stuff. But there's just so much that's fun about hanging out and just like rapping like drunk with like a crew of like people. Like I've had nights
I
in
remember when I
nightclubs.
first went to your house. That was crazy. Me and you just started rapping back and forth. And then they were like, damn, okay.
Yeah.
And how good is it, man, when you like spit out a line and then you've got like 5 guys
Yeah,
behind
like,
you.
yeah,
Woo!
Yeah,
Yeah.
fully, yeah.
Like, and that
The hype just-
just boosts you up
That's
even
it.
more, you know?
I swear the drunker I am, the better I am, but I don't think that's true.
All right. Have we got alcohol here? Yeah, bring it in, yeah.
Wait, but I think that's all of us. We think we're...
How many drinks do you need,
And then
Josh?
you see that like homeless guy in the street. He's like you can't understand what he's saying, but he's actually rapping the
something.
best verse that he's
to
ever
himself,
done.
He's ever written.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I tell you what, that's some crazy. It's crazy, yeah, that like crazy stuff like that does happen, like unexpectedly, like drunk, as you said, and you come out with these bars, and it's like, damn, I wrote this, or I came out with this.
Yeah.
But no, rap music is so amazing. You know, the bars that you can write, just how you can wrap words around and stuff like that.
But it's also telling a story.
And telling a story, by the way, at the same time of like, the struggles. Of growing up and doing all that kind of stuff is fantastic. I love it. That's what drew me to it.
On that like note though of like, drinking and stuff like that, I heard an artist talk about how, in ancient cultures, say alcohol wasn't used and abused the way that it is now. It's more of like a medicine, and like say that smoke weed or something as a medicine, or true peyote as a medicine or something, but it was all connecting to that like spiritual side of yourself. So maybe it has something to do with that like consciousness being unlocked, where you're able to kind of like focus on that true self. Like I've heard some artists say they like, they find it hard to make music sober because they're like living too much inside themselves, not connecting with that greater consciousness that like helps them evolve and like just freely say random stuff that comes into their mind. I'm completely different. Like when I paint, like I have to be sober. Like I have to focus, like hyper focus on it. I've tried to paint drinking and I suck like every time. I'm like, it's wasting my paint. So it's great for me because it motivates me to not, which is awesome. But yeah, I just think like, imagine if that's your like one way of being able to express yourself is you need to like drink or something. Like I think that's like in a way like a curse, like
a blessing and a curse at the same time.
Yeah, you know what I mean?
I've heard that too. I've heard that, marijuana, like for rappers, they get inside or they get deep, or people who write poetry or write books and stuff, they say that they have to get high or get drunk to tap into their like subconscious or their, deeper and deeper. And I find that very interesting, you know what I mean? Imagine that. Imagine having to take something and then, you tap into this wider world in your head and it just comes out.
Maybe maybe that's how it's meant to be, but they've just turned it that it's a bad thing. You shouldn't.
Yeah.
Maybe it was a good thing.
Yeah.
But I think they don't want that creative side of people because people are pretty creative and it'll get pretty scary. So, yeah.
But it's just, because it's so interesting, like how it's just evolved from what like before society was where it was like in the traditional sense of it being used as medicine. So
I find that fascinating, being used as medicine. I mean, hey, any excuse to use it, right?
Why not?
It's medicinal, baby. And on that note, welcome to the Just Hustle podcast. I'm your host, A Kook, with my boy Aliou.
Yeah, I'm back again.
And we
are running it back.
We're running it back, aren't we?
Yes,
run it back.
Run it back. That's it.
And we're here with the eccentric, flamboyant Josh.
Yes, sir.
Welcome.
What up, guys? Thanks for having me today.
No worries, man.
On the beanbags.
Yep. Hey,
hell yeah.
Gotta keep it chill,
Yeah.
Enjoy it.
You feeling calm or what?
Yeah, I'm confident.
Yeah, nice.
Chilling.
And as always, bro, you know what to do. If you're watching this far, make sure you hit the GOAT. Put that in the comments. Make sure you check out our Spotify, our YouTube. Go on our Instagram page, Just Hustle Podcast. You know what to do. Let's get it, guys. Come on, let's start.
Yeah, clap.
That's it.
I like that. Well, we're back on our creative journey, all right? It's the podcast that we dive into the stories of artists, musicians like yourself, designers, and anyone in the creative field who's really craving to get those creative juices flowing, but is suffering, those little setbacks. We're here to hype you up. We're here to pump you up. We're here to make it happen and tell you that you can.
Yes,
you know what I mean? Because guess what? You fucking can.
Yes, sir. That's it.
Josh knows.
You got this.
Got this.
Yeah, 100%.
Absolutely. And today we're also going to talk about resilience. We're going to see where Josh has come from, how he's done it, how he's turned his life around to the person that he is today, what he does. All right. Any hardships that you're going to go through, we're going to touch on that. Now, Josh, today, what is your story? Where did you come from and where are you now?
I just got all nervous. I don't know.
Look, you didn't do your homework.
Oh man, people it's funny because I hate talking about myself in a way, but I feel like it's such a good thing to like share your stories, because other people who are like going through stuff, like they might see like a finished product of you right now, but they don't know, you know, what's brought you to there. So like I feel like sharing is great, but also I just don't like that, like, oh, I'm the best kind of mentality, you know, because like I don't know shit, like I'm making it up as I go. I'm just trying to be myself. But yeah, it's like I just want to do this to motivate people and inspire them as well, like, and especially for me, like being Indigenous and stuff too, it's like important for me to be a role model for like my mob and also for like the wider community. And I just want to say as well, like while we're meeting today, just an acknowledgement of country to the Wurundjeri Wurrung of the Kulin Nation, where we're taking place. We're in Derrimut. Derrimut's the Aboriginal name of one of the leaders of the area, so respect to him as well. And also just wherever you're listening from or tuning into, you know, pay respect, learn the name. This is unceded land, so yeah, I just want to offer you a chance to respect and yeah, just do your homework on where you are, and yeah, we can all
this
move
is
forward
their
together.
land. I respect that. We
That's
respect
it.
that.
That's
Yes,
it.
absolutely. You know, and they've done so well with this land as well, by the way, for so many years. You know, so we respect it.
And we got to build Australia together.
We do.
We have to. We have to go into the future together.
This is one of the best
and-
lands in the world.
Right.
Yeah.
One of the
100%.
best countries as well.
No, the best.
Yes.
Yeah, 100% the best, bro. Yeah, I'm bleeding green and gold. Yeah, hell yeah. Holden Commodores all the way, baby. Get that Holden workshop back, man. 100.
That LS.
Yeah. My uncle's HSV, bro. Every time he tells me how much it's going up in value, my eyes roll. I'm like, what? That thing's worth 140k now, uncle. What?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Yes, sir. Well, so you touched on the Indigenous part. So you are Aboriginal, is that correct?
Yeah, so on my dad's side, so my mob's Palawa. We're originally from Tasmania. I grew up on the Kabi lands on the Sunshine Coast. So for me, like, I guess most of my formative years were up there. So
Kabi lands, is that the Aboriginal name for them?
yeah.
Okay,
So like that's basically like the whole encompassing area, much similar to like the Kulin nations, which is like how you would kind of look at all of Melbourne in a way, which is made up of a few different nations as well.
Is that where like Nam and all that comes from as well? Or?
Yeah, so like Nam would be like the umbrella
Like, oh,
for it,
nice.
and then same with like Brisbane is like Meanjin.
Yeah.
So yeah, but that's like the entire country, because Australia's broken up into like, I think it was over like 150 or something. Don't quote me on the exact number, but
I'm quoting you, mate.
yeah, different nations and different, like inside of that, then there's different dialects inside languages, and like, you know, we look at Australia as like a big country. We kind of forget as well, like we're not just broken up like we're in the 7 states or something now at the moment, but we were kind of like how America is, like how there's like, you know, 1 million states.
I can't name them all either.
Yeah,
So I don't know how they learn
I don't know how
that.
they do that. No,
I mean, in high school, we're learning.
I think they have a
70
song,
states.
yeah.
And these guys are learning 50-something states.
Yeah.
Oh, bro.
I couldn't do it.
You know-
Respect though.
Yeah.
Oh, respect that. Yeah, 100%.
Like
But like,
crazy.
That'd be a lot
work.
of knowledge to
Yeah.
handle, man.
But yeah, I guess like because it was broken up even smaller and stuff, because it was based on, you know, where you would travel, and then, you know, separating with different tribes and stuff, and then certain tribes would meet together, and they'd be like, you know, if you were of this totem, then you could have relations with someone of that totem. So it was kind of a way of how they kept expanding without, like, you know, breeding with your sister or whatever.
It sounds like a Game of Thrones episode.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah.
it sounds like,
The
you know, like
Vikings,
the
yeah.
lands.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They knew though, they had it down pat.
Yeah, they
like,
did,
They
didn't
really
they?
did, and it's like it gets quite frustrating whenever I hear anyone say like, you know, they were primitive and stuff, and I think, bro, they had it unlocked, man. Like, as much as I respect and love technology, I don't like the anxiety. Like, I don't like the you know, depression that you get when you like have this constant like needing to do more cycle that I feel like society's put on us now. I'd rather be chilling, bro. I'd rather my thing for the day is like getting food, and like if I get food with my family and they eat, like stoked, because like life's sweet. I've got like no money to make, no one's gonna judge me on that. They're gonna just be like, oh, how strong are you, man? Oh shit, you fucking killed that kangaroo with your bare hands, bro. You ripped its head off.
No, you're right, but it's, Kangaroo.
Fucking Skippy.
Skippy the kangaroo.
Yeah.
But Josh, like you are right, with social media, with technology, right? You could be having a great day, say with your family, having food and all that. You jump on your phone and you can see that, oh my God, this person has done this for the day or something like that. And it can actually make you jealous, can make you sad, can, change your mood. And then that just wrecks the whole day that you've had, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Right? I understand that social media can be a great thing, but it also can be a downfall.
Yeah.
Right? And that's where we need to limit that. Because as you said, man, being outside or being with the people that you love, the supporting people, really makes a difference, doesn't it?
Yeah, fully. Yeah, I turn my phone off so much more these days, and I guess this is before I start talking about the story and stuff.
Yeah, I mean you've skipped over that.
Sorry.
No, that's all right. We're gonna we're
come back
Skippy
to
the
that,
kangaroo. We're gonna come back. Right?
I kind of realized maybe a year or two ago, that success, or what I think of success and what I want in life or whatever, is this abundance, yeah. And I looked at all these people who were really achieving that dream in their life, and I was they either wanted to be rich or they wanted to be a famous sports player or an artist or whatever. They wanted to be this thing and they got to it. These people, they're unplugged. They're working so hard. They're dedicated. The reason they are successful isn't because they got caught up watching someone else following their dreams. It was because they went inside and they followed their own story. I believe on earth, in this world we live in right now, we all have our own place to be and our own place that we can, this dream that we can be. We can get there, but it's just about focusing on it. And I think people aren't really prepared to accept how hard it is to be successful. The work and dedication and drive that you have to take to bring that into reality. You've got to get people on your side. You've got to make something that's not real for the rest of the world. You've got to make them believe that. And nothing speaks more to people than hard work. If you see someone and you know how much they've sacrificed and you know that they've put every fiber of themselves into that, hell yeah, you're going to respect them.
Yeah, of course.
I mean? Yeah.
Because some people, they don't buy the product, they buy the story.
Yeah.
For some people, that's how it is. And that's how it is with me. If I like a product, it's not because maybe I like the product completely. It's because I like the story of where they went from, where they started, where they're going to, shout out Kamikaze.
Yep. That's it. Yeah, that's it.
But that's why. Yeah. Because of their story.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Their product's fantastic, right? But people do buy for the story as well. And, that's where a lot of people fall down, is they're like, oh, look, I've got this great product. Why isn't it selling? Well, what's the story to
behind
it?
And why is it? Why is it so meaningful? Why?
Yeah, exactly.
Why did you put your all into it to start it up? You got to tell all of that. You got to let people know it's because of the hardships you went through, or the struggles, or it just tells a story in which others that are buying it can relate to. That's why they buy it, because they're like, oh, I've been through that, or I feel where that's coming from, and that's what people kind of forget. Have a story behind what you're starting. So, it's kind of like us with the podcast. We're doing this because we're going through the same things that other people that have made it up have gone through. So we're trying to teach those that are wanting to be in our position how to get to where we are. Yeah. So, that's
story. And shout out to you, Josh, for reaching out and wanting to,
much,
inspire people and stuff like that and jump on this, man. Appreciate it.
Literally,
you, bro.
my first thing I said when I came in here was how many episodes have you done? I'm good, make more, make more. Literally, I just think that's the secret, is just hard work. But yeah,
it is hard work, man. And when you said that, or how many episodes you made, I'm like, oh my God, it's like, you coming into a doctor's thing and where's your certificate? Are you really a doctor? You know what I mean? But no, no animosity to that or anything. It was a laugh. So yeah, we're just starting, but it's fantastic the impact that we've been able to make in such a short amount of time is because we are real and we're genuine about it, man, and we just want.
You guys are taking this step though, so
we ran
congrats.
with it.
That's it. Keep doing it.
We're trying everything that we can.
And now, Josh, it's time for your story.
Yeah.
Now tell us. Okay.
See how I tried to get away from it?
He's tried it twice.
He looped it. And you gotta say it. You gotta tell
Hey,
it.
man.
All right,
don't
all right.
forget
Where,
that.
where do you want me to start?
From the beginning. Who is Josh?
All right,
why
so
is Josh?
my
who
mom
Josh
and
is?
dad met
Sell us Josh.
on a Thursday night. They went to the movies together. I think dad like took her out. They had a few drinks. Went home. I was creative. 9 months, like chilling, and bam, hello world. So I guess what for me. So I grew up in Brisbane. I was born in Brisbane, and yeah, I lived out in Dalby. Lived out there at a roadhouse. My grandparents on my dad's side, they actually won the lottery twice when I was real young, and they lost it all. Like they went bust.
How?
Like, so they basically they just bought really bad ventures. They bought a heap of petrol stations along highways, and then the highways all moved. Yeah, so my parents worked in one of the roadhouses in Dalby that they bought. So yeah, 4 years old living there. Actually went to preschool with Margot Robbie. Didn't know that I did until I realised that we were the same age and we went to the same place. So Margot, if you remember the kid that brought the kangaroo to school, that was me. Yeah, no, I literally did. So like, yeah, 4 years old, brought a kangaroo. So we had a pet kangaroo for a little bit.
Well, hey,
Show and tell.
Yeah, show and tell. Yeah.
well, I tell you, when you see Margot Robbie at one of the movie premieres,
I have to.
bring
Yeah,
the kangaroo.
Bring a kangaroo.
If she remembers you, mate,
That'll
I'm
be
taking you
cool.
out for dinner.
Yeah, that would be crazy.
Yeah, actually, no, she's amazing what she does. But yeah, anyway, so then my family, after grandparents and stuff, like had all those losses, like moved to the Sunshine Coast just for like another start.
So they were broke then.
Yeah. So basically, like I feel like there's been this like cloud over like my dad's side of the family forever, where there's like they just haven't been able to like capitalize like on their wealth. Like going back even generations, my great granddad, he like, this is in Tasmania, so this is like just after settlement, like 1790 to 1800s or whatever. My great granddad was one of the biggest lumber exporters and like super rich, like one of the craziest, richest families. Where's that wealth? Do you know what I mean? So it's just this weird like cycle of like not being able to keep that abundance in their life. But yeah, anyway, so parents moved to the coast to, I guess, just like start a new life near the beach life, loving it. But yeah, essentially from that, like, I guess they were both a bit lost. Like dad's always been like a mad drinker, mad into drugs. So, he never really kept stable jobs, and mum was raising. I've got 4 in my family. I've got an older half brother, and then there's me, younger sister, younger brother, younger sister. So mum was constantly raising kids and stuff. So, dad ended up having like a workplace accident where he broke his neck and his collarbone. So that kind of meant that he was like on OxyContin and all that kind of stuff as well. And obviously like, it's super addictive. So he basically became like a full-blown drug addict and is still to this day. We ended up like living in housing commission and stuff on the coast for a few years.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, we had like had house break-ins from like bikies and stuff that dad would like rip people off money. And remember one time like, maybe about like 13, maybe even younger, maybe like 11. But like from like the age of like 10 to 16, we were like we were in housing commission in a way. And yeah, I guess so. Like, yeah, because dad was just like so like weird with like shady, trying to do what he could to hustle to get his money, I guess.
And what do you remember?
Yeah, like just like I guess coming home one time and there's like bikies there that have like some chick wearing like, I had like an Echo jumper, like I was like from David Jones. Family's poor. Uncle took me shopping and like bought me like a $50 hoodie, and I was like, oh my god, this is the most expensive thing ever. Like hell yeah, like because I'm used to like hand-me-downs. I used to get like other cousins would send us bags of clothes, and I'd be like, that was like the best thing, going through it and wearing their clothes.
You praised
and
that
stuff.
hoodie, yeah.
Yeah, and then anyway, this like girl who was with this gang, she was wearing my hoodie, and they came back to our house and basically wanted to steal this car, and they thought we weren't home, so we weren't meant to be there, and ended up with this massive brawl where Dad like freaking wrapped like a chain at a rubber mallet, like smashing this dude's head in like on the like footpath outside the house.
And you saw this?
Yeah, and I was like chucking my 4-year-old brother like over the fence, like jumping over to the neighbors of these old people's house with my sister and stuff, like thinking like I'm gonna watch, because this guy had a gun and stuff too, and I was like, shit, am I gonna watch my dad die kind of thing, like vomiting and stuff, like but that's like just like normal, like there was so many situations like that. Like there was Dad's growing like weed in the house, and then there was like him, like mates coming over cooking speed, like like always be like a room, like a garage.
So to you, that's
weren't
normal.
allowed to go into.
So to you, that's normal.
My partner's family is so amazing, and she's so normal, and I didn't realize how not normal I was.
You were like, damn.
Yeah.
So I guess like, cause like I've always like had this like really high self-belief. Like I remember I used to play football, and you know I was in like a really good team, like quite prestigious team. Like we had a newsreader from the Sunshine Coast as our like coach, and he was just amazing. Like we were running plays and stuff at like 7 years old, and end up winning grand finals every year and stuff. And I remember because they were all so good, and I wanted to be as good as them, I used to get really like down on myself if I couldn't if we lost a game. I'd come home and I'd be like really angry, and like I think it's because I wanted to be so good, because I wanted to escape from like that chaos. I also wanted to be like a professional football player or something, so I could help my family. And it was like, just because of seeing what I was seeing, I wanted it to give them money and give them all this abundance and everything that they didn't really have. But yeah, I guess for me, like then, you know, I found like music and stuff as well, and started stretching my ears, and like that like got me out of footy, because I was like the emo kid with the big stretches, and like listening to like emo music didn't really fit in with the footy boys then.
Were you listening to that emo music because you liked it, or because you resonated with the lyrics? What was it more of?
I think like I liked it, the lyrics and stuff too. I think it helped with like the angst as a kid, like, you know, like being in that low vibration and stuff, and like, it kind of helped lift me up that there were other people that were similar to me too. Like I used to go on MySpace, and I had like massive following on MySpace. Like I was mates with like Jeffree Star and stuff, like, heaps of American people that I used to like chat to. So that in a way was like my first time using social media. I didn't realize what it was back then. Like I'd be like, you know, the scene kid doing the like Fringe and everything, like jumping in on all the bulletin boards and stuff. I've probably come across hell old. I'm sure if you've been on MySpace, you remember. But so I guess
this generation would know what that is.
Fully, yeah. Well, they lost against Facebook.
Yeah,
so.
that's why Facebook exists now.
Yeah, but yeah, I guess because there was always that thing there, you could put your music on it, and like, you know, you'd follow people, and then you'd find a new band and all that kind of stuff. So it was really cool. Like that music was like a big backbone to like your identity on that platform, which I thought was pretty cool. Kind of like TikTok in a way, how you got like the dances, or someone picks like one track that they'll put on their thing or whatever. But yeah, so I guess like that was like really positive for me to be able to like escape from like home and the chaos of home, because I had the internet and stuff. So I'd like sit on there chatting people in America and like, you know, not sleep.
So that's what you're trying to do. You're trying to escape what was going on at home.
Yeah.
And how was your mindset with that? Like,
I didn't really know how bad it was, like, because I just like, it was just normal, and like seeing Dad throw like a tantrum and stuff was like normal, like.
But you knew you didn't want to be there. You didn't want this life.
Yeah, well, I just wanted them to have better, because like my mum's side of the family, and like my mum herself, like mum's like an angel, like she's amazing and such a positive person, like, you know, religious, and like in a way like so opposite to my dad, and yeah, it was just like seeing her family, like my uncles and my nanny. Like my nanny's like amazing, like she's like just the nicest lady, like always like owned houses, and you know, just I know the smell of this laundry like detergent, because my nan's house was so safe that like the smell of these sheets, like this laundry detergent, to me is like the nicest memory. Like it makes me feel comforted, you know what I mean? Yeah. So like I guess just seeing that, and them being like,
in that environment.
yeah, so normal to me. And I was like, oh,
I think that environment did spark your creativity.
Yeah. Do you reckon, you reckon that made you who you are today?
My parents like were always
definitely
encouraging of me, like drawing and stuff as well. Anyway, like I was allowed to draw on my walls and stuff as a kid, like, which is pretty cool.
Wow.
Yeah.
I got bashed. Mark
the
wall.
Yeah, exactly. Right, running
Wow, drew on the wall.
Yeah.
God forbid my mum would have a heart attack. Oh my God.
I used to draw
Get
like
the shoe.
dragons and stuff on the walls and like do
You didn't get no
graffiti and
shoe,
stuff.
wooden spoon? No?
No, I was allowed to. So,
Wow.
because like Dad was a house painter, so for me, like he could just paint over.
He could
it
just
or
paint
whatever.
over it, have
it
a
was a-
canvas.
Whatever. Yeah, paint over it, Dad. Thanks. But yeah, I guess the kind of the main thing that really like changed like a lot of my family's narrative was like there was a massive incident at home where Dad lit Mum on fire, and I guess that was like, you know, the push relationship, like, you know how they say if you're in like a domestic violence relationship, like get out kind of thing, and it was like Mum kept going back, and
That's the
nothing against her, just like how it was made, like she felt like she felt like she let people down. I don't know.
That was the last straw.
Yeah, so the last
Broke
straw.
the camel's back,
Yeah, and like, you know, nearly killed my mum as well because she got burnt from her knees to her entire face and stuff. And you know, for years I didn't even know that he actually meant to do it. Like it was told as like a secret. Like he it was an accident. I helped save my mum's life. Like Dad was holding like a rug around her, and I like put her in the shower. I like called the ambulance. I reversed the cars out. I made sure my brothers and sisters were in bed still. Like called all the family, put Dad on suicide watch. Like I didn't know what happened while I heard.
You saw that
I woke
happen?
up was like a scream, and yeah. So for me, like I feel like that at that point in my life, I became my like parents' parent. At like you know, I think I was about 18.
Yeah. Oh,
yeah. So
that's still young, man. That's just figuring out life. That's you still not knowing much, but understanding things at this time.
Yeah.
So damn, that's a big responsibility right there.
And that shit right there can leave an imprint on your soul. Like, you know what I mean?
Because a lot of people wouldn't cope with that.
I feel like the thing is though, because there was so much of that violence and abuse. Like, you know, if I got in Dad's way or confronted him, he'd be like, I'd bash it kind of thing. So I think there was like a lot of that, like beating me down, like just hide away. And that's why I like, you know, drawing and stuff was so great. Music was
so that
so
was
great.
that was your escape, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Music,
And I didn't
drawing.
drink till I was like 21, like, cause watching Dad, like the way he was, and I like didn't do anything like that because I wanted to just like, I was full like straight edge. Like I was like, I'll never drink in my whole life. Like I'll never, like,
you didn't want to be like him.
Yeah. Cause I didn't want to repeat the same
cycle.
Yeah. And I wanted to be doing my own thing, and like sadly it meant that I was like, you know, so I'm a fair bit older than my other brothers and sisters. Like sadly it meant that they missed out on having their big brother around so much because I just was like, get the fuck out, like but yeah, so it's just, I guess you don't realize how crazy it is like when you're in it, and like if it's your story as well, right? You know what I mean? Like, and we all do what we can to survive and cope in life, and like you know, there's people out there, I'm sure, with like worse stuff has happened to me than me, and you would never know, you know what I mean? Like there's like some scars that you wear on the inside, but I guess it's just about finding our way to like continue in the world and try to bring, you know, more love into it, try to not be the things that we've seen. So in a way I look at like what I've been through as like, you know, thank you to Dad for like the best lessons of like not what to do. So like when I have kids, like I know what not to do. So I'm breaking that cycle. Like I'm breaking that intergenerational, because his dad was the same. His dad was violent, like as all hell. Like all my uncles been to jail. Like one of my uncles killed a police officer. Like that's like, you know, that's the family that was raised that he came from. So like I don't hold it all against him, because it's just a cycle.
Yeah, it's kind of like our last podcast that we talked about parenting and how it's kind of like programming, where without your parent, you wouldn't be who you are.
Yep.
But at the same time, your parent is who's meant to program you into what is best for you. But sometimes you get programmed into situations such as yours which is not the best, but you end up growing out of it to stop that programming. You know what I mean?
Yep.
So yeah, like parents, you got to give it to parents at the end of the day, because without them, you wouldn't be who you are.
Yeah, exactly.
So
yeah.
it's always a blessing, but a curse at the same time.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, that's right. And like, you know, you can see this as two-way street, right? You know, a lot of people see this violence and stuff like that, and they carry it on. As you said, it's a generational thing. Like, they'll see it, they'll turn to drugs, they'll, you know, abuse women or like men, you know, because that's what they've seen and that's what they know, that's what the norm is, or that's what they've been. But then you get, on the other hand, yourself, you don't want to be like that. You don't want your kids to be like, you know, like that.
Yeah.
You want to break that generational curse, right? You know, and that's the same with me. When my dad left, all right, I know what it's like to feel without a dad, to be sad, right? I don't want my kids to feel like that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? We're breaking that generational curse.
Yeah.
It's crazy how some people go the other way, right? Why did we go that way? I feel like it's our strength in our mind, our mindset. We saw it differently. We felt things, and we don't want other people to feel that.
Yeah.
That's it.
I think like the thing is though, like if you're someone, and like this is like why I just believe having dreams is so important. Like
I love dreams.
Everyone deserves the right to have a dream. Yeah. And if you don't think that you deserve to think big or have a dream, you need to wake the fuck up.
Yeah. Wake the fuck up.
Like,
Like
fully, because like you do deserve it. Like, and you might think that you sound crazy or something, but just take the steps towards it. And even if you don't achieve that crazy dream, maybe you find yourself halfway there and it's fucking sick and you don't want to keep going, but you're in a better place than you were before.
That's it. That's
Like,
it.
And getting that dream could go on to another dream,
That's it.
another path that was better for it.
Yeah.
And you feel, you know, this is my path instead of that actual path.
Yeah.
And if anyone is going to try and shatter that dream or tell you that you can't achieve it, right, they're just going to go in the dirt, mate. Just don't listen to them, because getting that dream is always going to come with that. Mm-hmm. You just have to ride it out. You know what I'm trying to say?
Yeah, that's what people need to do. If you have a vision that you think you want to achieve, just do it. Don't hold back. Just don't be like, oh, I can't do it, because you never know, that little step can take you to a better place that you never thought you can go.
Yeah.
And from that, something else could come from it, and boom, look at that. Like, your whole life is.
It's literally my life story,
it.
dude. Like, straight up. Like, I fully go with the flow now, because like of having those expectations, you know, like of having that, like, I want to be a famous like this, or like because my pop played football. I was like, I want to be a famous football player. And then I was like, got into music. I want to be a rock star. And then the band broke up.
You are a rock star.
Well, yeah. Come on now.
I was like, then the band, my band that I was in broke up. And it's like, you know, I feel like I was like up, down. And then I was a bit lost for a while, like night clubbing, and moved down to Melbourne because like friends who I was mates with, like were all selling like drugs and stuff at nightclubs. I was promoting at nightclubs. And just was like around a crew of people that were making lots of money doing dodgy stuff. Consequently, being the dude covered in tats, my house gets raided.
Cool.
Doing nothing, just promoting. My house gets raided.
Yeah.
So for me, that was just like a wake up call to like get away from those friends, and essentially, yeah, just like create, I guess, new pathways and stuff for life. So I moved down to Melbourne the first time, and basically was like in my car, just drove my car down, and like lived like in it for like a week and a half or so. I was like drawing and painting like in Swanston Street. And then I ended up bumping into like a housemate that I like met, just they bought some art or something. They were like, oh, like we have a free house, like come move in. So I was like, yeah, I'll move on in. So yeah, it was like the start of, I guess, my journey of like living in Melbourne was just like to get away and create, you know. I saw myself recreating these similar patterns to my dad, and was like, no, I need to change it. So, you know, maybe even moving away is like a good step, new environment.
Yeah.
So you never ever thought you'd turn to drugs to get away from your problems? Never thought to go to the alcohol? Never thought to, you know, try and escape your problems, trying to do other things like, you know, whatever it could be?
I think the thing is, like, I have drank and like partied a lot in my
of course.
life.
What I'm talking about is addiction. Like,
yeah, but I think people don't realize how bad it is. Like, I think I know a lot of functioning like drug addicts, like because they party every weekend and get like messed up every weekend, and they don't realize they're actually drug addicts because it's just partying.
Yeah, that's it.
Like,
yeah, they just see it as, oh, it's just enjoyment. I'm not really doing anything.
Every weekend, bro, you're like having a bag.
Or it's
repeating it. That's pretty much addiction.
Or it's a Tuesday night.
Tuesday night,
we're gonna. Oh, I want a bag.
Yeah.
But you're not addicted.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So like, I don't think that you realize how bad it is, until you start talking to people that like don't drink or something, or and you're like, oh shit, I'm gonna pull my fucking head in.
So changing that circle.
Yeah.
It really helped you.
Yeah, definitely. And I guess just like living in Melbourne and stuff like that, it's like pretty hard like to begin with, because a lot of the like Melbourne as a 20-year-old is like lots of it's clubbing and meeting people and stuff. So
there's a lot of
definitely like I felt like I wasted a lot of my own time just fluffing around instead of like putting my head down. And at the same time I was like wondering why shit wasn't working out for me, and it's like, but I just had a bender for 3 days, and like then I'm back at work in like a retail job and like wanting to be like famous musician or like wanting to be like whatever at that point in time, and thinking sitting there like recording a couple of rap songs or something is gonna make me like blow up. Yeah,
if you don't put in the work, how do you
exactly?
So as well as that, Josh, right? You doing your creative, so you've got your drawing, your music,
your
modeling, your clothing brand, stuff like that. It's not easy, is it? It's not an easy ride. It's full of self-doubt, full of rejection. People go through. It's not an easy route at all. But you stayed resilient. You stayed in it. What with your mindset? What changed? Like, what did you have to do to kind of? Were you always resilient? Were you always like, okay, I'm going to keep doing this? What
I believe in myself the most. Like, I feel like I have two spaces for me. So I've got like, I'm my biggest critic, but I'm my biggest lover. So like, no one else can take those spaces away. So if I judge myself the most and I live up to my expectations more than anyone else, like, you can't troll me. The people are going to troll me now.
I'm going to say, should have not said it.
Don't do it.
You're getting trolled regardless.
Yeah, fully are. It's on the hat, the boots. I
was already trolling from the start, man. Like, at least he's not. Hey, it took you 40 minutes to realise it, but it's all good. You got there.
But I guess as well that I'm like my biggest fan, and like I believe in my dreams. Like I believe in myself the most. So like I put myself in situations where like I have the opportunity to like try to be that person to make other people see it. Like when I started out modeling, because with modeling you don't get paid all the time. It's like really infrequent. Like you know about this acting and stuff too. Like you put an invoice in, you wait until the client pays. Sometimes it can be like 40 days. So like you might get like a big job, but if you do the numbers, it's probably like less than minimum wage if you go in job to job in a way. Australia's industry is nowhere near as big as the rest of the world in terms of like clients and opportunities and stuff. So it's hard for a full-time model to really be like raking it in, unless you're like 1% or whatever. But yeah, so I'd like have shows booked, up in Sydney doing like all the fashion weeks, walking and all that kind of stuff. And I'd be like jumping trains. I couldn't even afford a flight. Like I'd be like literally jumping the train, hiding underneath the seats when the ticket people, or hiding in the toilet to get there. And that's just because like I saw the opportunity of it. I'm not going to like be like, oh, I can't do that job. I can't get there. I'm going to make a way to get there because I see that as part of my journey, and how else will people know who I am or know what I'm doing if I don't get there? So, and
you took those risks. You knew that risk that was involved, and you still didn't give a fuck because you're like, no, this is what I'm passionate about. This is my thing, and I'm going to get there any way possible. And Josh, if you, I know you listened to the other podcast, but I'll retouch on it as well. I had an acting gig in Adelaide, and we were driving there, right? And I was on bail. You're not allowed to leave Melbourne.
Yeah.
And they had no one else for this role. I was the main character, and they had an emergency, but they didn't know the lines and stuff like that. And if I fucked up, then there's no show. We couldn't do it. We did it anyway, right? So we went. And I thought, the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go to the courts, and I'm going to just hand myself in. I'm just going to say, hey, I'm here on bail. I've got a show that I'm doing. All right. I know I'm not supposed to be here, but I'm letting you know this is where I am. If you want to send me back, you can. If not, I'm going to be doing the show. You know what I mean? And we went there. The actors were back at the hotel. The director, went with me to the courts, and we said we'll be back. Was we going to be back with good news or bad news? Right? I was either going to be locked up or I'll come back. Yeah. So anyway, we went there. She says, "Look, I have to call Melbourne courts to let them know. We'll give you a decision." Mate, that was the worst wait of my life, bro. It was like, it was like you're waiting for a baby or something. Probably even worse, right? And she comes back and she goes, "This is the first time ever, but they've granted you acceptance. The judge has granted you this." I think it's because I showed face. Yeah, here we go, Hollywood. Here we come. I mean Adelaide Hood, but yeah. Woo. But
Film
it's
and
like
TV industry. No special perks, right? Hey?
But you got to do it. You got to do it.
Yeah.
And I knew. Look, if I fuck this up and they send me back, I'm gonna cry all the way there.
Yeah, but it was you took the road of, because you knew it could be an opportunity, one in a lifetime.
Yep.
Even though you've messed up, you're working with your consequences, but at the same time, you're chasing a dream that.
Well, what if I stayed in Melbourne? Then what? I could have thought, maybe I could have had a chance. You know what I'm trying to say?
Yeah. But you utilize what you had. You said, "Hey, I can get there. I'm good at this. This is what I love.
Yeah.
I'm gonna do what I can." And I think that's what they saw. They saw your determination and the love of what you do. So they were like, "Hey, if you're this dedicated, that means you want to change your life for a better cause."
Yeah.
So that's why they granted it. So
which is fantastic,
which is
man.
good, yeah.
And that goes back to resilience. Nothing's going to hold me back. Same with you. Nothing's going to hold you back. A ticket. I'm going to jump on the train. I'm going to, hitchhike. I'm going to do whatever I need to do to get there.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
So like, in terms of that as well, like I feel like there's a point where you can push like too hard as well. So say like with my modeling, and this is just like my experience and stuff. I guess like just want to share it. So like
we want to hear stories. That's what we want to hear.
Just so I guess like other people, like what didn't work for me might work for you kind of thing. I don't want to like make anyone get down on themselves or whatever. But so like I got offered a modeling contract in Milan. So I flew over to Milan.
Congrats, man.
Did Fashion Week in Milan and spent like 3 months there.
I heard Fashion Week over there is
crazy.
molto bene.
Yeah. Milan is beautiful. It's absolutely beautiful. Like love the aperitivo. Like, don't mind a little bit of Campari and some
lasagna,
Aperol spritzes,
man, you
and some
Italian
pizza.
Yeah.
And everyone was so nice.
Yeah.
Oh, dude, they had the sushi they had there was like little chopsticks that were joined together, like, and you like click them, like they went, you're like it was like so European. It was crazy. I was like, only Italians would make the chopstick joined together. Like it was like.
Are you hating on us Italians?
No, you just
now it's trolling me.
You get your own way.
Yeah.
You're very good at like getting your own way. Like. No, we're gonna be quiet or he's gonna get mad.
Italian right here.
Let's start throwing pasta at us.
Sorry,
bro.
We have the best pasta in the world, mate.
Actually, though, yeah.
Facts.
And I'm sorry, I better put it out. I do put pineapple on my pizza.
Oh, I love it. I love it. Sweet. I'm not one of those pineapple dudes.
You're like, damn.
Nah, man. But
I was like getting ready.
Well, you know what, man? Like, I'm not a normal, typical Italian because I hate Parmesan cheese.
Oh, definitely.
And I get overlooked every time at a restaurant. Like, they give me the death stare. Like, you don't like Parmesan cheese? What?
Bro,
mate,
I
that
want
shit
that
stinks.
stanky. I
No,
want
mate.
it stanky. I'm like aged it like as much as possible. But yeah,
Just
I guess
drown that shit in sauce. Make it wet. I like it wet, baby.
What I did learn going there though, because like I basically like I was in a relationship at that point in time, left that relationship, followed this like goal of like, going overseas, being like a model over there, and I really wanted that to work out for me. And kind of, make lots of money off it and all that kind of stuff and see where it takes me, stay overseas or whatever. And I guess what I didn't really realize is like a lot of the modeling and like contract stuff, especially in Europe, like it's like families know each other, and you're in the line there and there's like celebrities' kids, or there's like a billionaire's kid, or like they're just like, whatever, this is
Mafia's
our
kids.
gap year. Instead of schoolies there, they go casting for modeling. So like, you know, I'm coming here from Australia where I'm like doing really well at the top here, and then go there and I'm like, oh my God, I'm like a tinier fish. Like I don't even like flopping around on the concrete, you know what I mean? But it's like a big slap in the face with reality, of like not having like crazy high expectations, and like not like having this like egotistical mindset of like, I deserve this, and like realizing, wait, the world's like filled with all these people, but kind of looking at it in a way of like, what did I gain from that experience? And like being there, I gained like insight, like first-hand insight into like how they work their fashion shows. I got to meet like some of the best designers in the world. I got to go to parties. I went to an Off-White party. I went to Virgil Abloh's birthday. Like just like sick, like mad. Got to, you know, meet people and chat with people that like, you know, some of the craziest visionaries in the world. And you know, I think for me, my entire like mindset of like fashion and where I saw myself like as an Australian really changed. Even though like the way I spoke, like I feel like I came back speaking like better, because like I wanted to like be heard more, if that makes sense. Like and it really like, instead of me like looking at it as, oh, I didn't get this dream fulfilled, like I look at it more so as like all those other aspects and things that like then really got me into like wanting to start my own brand, wanting to like help elevate like fashion in Australia, like wanting to take like indigenous designs to like this standard of like European designs, like of the like way that they, you know, their fashion houses and stuff are like incredible. So just I guess, yeah, being around that and having that as an opportunity, and maybe not making all the money or whatever. Like I literally, I came home, I was like I left the relationship, I was homeless. I was like sleeping on the floor. This is weird. I was sleeping on the floor at a mate's friend's sister's house. Okay, so a mate's friend's sister's house.
I'm keeping up.
And that house, I was there like literally living out my suitcase for like 2 weeks. I was like, this house is so cool. Mind you, they had it as a party house. And they would like party in it, and it was like cigarette butts everywhere. There was just like, these were 3 girls lived together, and guys just rock up from revs at like 4 a.m. Hey, like we're gonna chill for a bit. All right, cool. Like, you know, whatever. Like, I was like, this house is so nice. These people are just like trashing it, kind of thing. Anyway, the landlord ended up kicking them out of that house. I now live in that house. I moved somewhere else. I then saw a sign outside of that house that said, this is for rent. I called the landlord nonstop for 4 months. I ended up getting onto him, had a face-to-face meeting with him, pay him cash rent, like, and manifested the house that I've lived in now for 8 years, from sitting there going, you know, now I take care of it. I got a garden where they used to have like pushed over bins and beer bottles. I got paintings. I've plastered all the holes in the walls. I've like changed the house, you know what I mean? But it's just weird because you sit there, you want something, and like there's times in life where you actually like it happens. And like I pinch myself all the time when I walk around this house, and I'm like, man, I remember when I was just sleeping on the floor here, like with nothing, like dreams crushed. And now I'm there. So yeah, and it's like I'm there with my partner. Like I went through that house with like share housing, like in an old relationship. At one point there was 5 people living in that house. Now I can afford it, just me and my partner. And like,
and that's the thing. People don't see, if you put your mind to something, it somehow comes back around in ways better than you think.
Yeah. And
yeah, like if you want something, just go for it. I reckon you'll get it at one point. You won't get it straight away, but it will come around. It's kind of like yours, how you went overseas and coming back thinking, oh, yep, like I'm back to square one again. For you to end up owning a house that you always wanted, you know what I mean? So yeah, people just need to take time and allow their dreams to come true, because they will, you know, if you put your mind to it and just lock in and just take that self-doubt away, a lot of things will go your way.
And look how passionate you are about your space, you know, the place that you have, right? You can make any space how you want it. Yeah. How you want it, you know what I mean? To make it look amazing, right? You said that, you know, you used to live in that house, you know, on the floor, and it was just trashed. Now look what you've done to it. You've motherfucking flipped it. Yeah. You know what I'm trying to say?
Yeah.
And now you probably, if I walked into that house, I probably wouldn't even know that was a house before that. Do you know what I'm trying to say?
Yeah.
Right? So it doesn't matter what your environment you're in and stuff. You can always make it beautiful how you want it.
It's like your story, yeah. Like any story you have, it could be bad, but you can turn it into good. Like people may not know the backstory of how it started, but if you push and push and push, you can bring the most beautiful thing out of it.
Dude, that's why I love gardening.
That's it. Yeah, hey, you still got the tomatoes?
I got some tomatoes. I got sunflowers now. I plant sunflowers every like October. So then I have like sunflowers, like massive ones all through.
You know we do the tomato sauce, the Italians. Is this going back to that?
No. I just like
every year.
I like having big sunflowers for like New Year's.
Yeah.
So all my sunflowers will pop out soon. But seriously, it's like a garden. It's like, you know, you don't pay attention to it. It gets weeds. Everything that you could take out of it dies. And, you know.
But that's your space. That's now your creative space, and you're able to like let your creative juices flowing. Yeah. You know what I mean? You know, one of the biggest themes in, you know, creative work and personal growth is change. You know, you wanted to be this big model overseas, you know, things like that. You wanted to get a lot of money from that. You know, you wanted to do well, right? But did you embracing that change of you coming back and getting back down to earth? Yeah. No. In a way, but you've also taken what you learnt over there into your own journey. Has that helped? Because you have to adapt to change.
Yeah,
and
bro.
Has change actually helped you? Are you on a better path now than you ever thought you would?
Well, change is a part of life, and being able to adapt to life is a strength.
A lot of people are scared of change.
Yeah, but
Very
you have to.
Were you scared?
No, because you have to.
Yeah.
Like, I want the most out of life. And like, I used to have like giant 50 mil holes in my ears. Like, I got surgery to sew them up, you know, like, it's like, that's like a physical kind of change in a way. But like, it's like, you can change like that.
Yeah.
Like, it's just about what do you want? And the thing is, like, not to be the bearer of bad news. Like, if you haven't realized, you're going to die one day. And
I didn't realize that.
life happens, and life is constantly happening, especially now. Like, holy shit, man, like generations are like going so quick. Technology's going so quick. All these things that's happening.
Year went so quick. We're at Christmas now.
Yeah, like
I think we've got 5 days left of 2024 or something. It's been stupid.
Crazy.
Yeah.
But that's what people forget. You're gonna die one day. Why don't you just allow change to happen and just keep moving forward and try to leave a mark?
Yeah.
You know, you don't want to die and no one knows who the hell you are. You're obviously here for a reason. Give them that reason.
Yeah.
So that, I think that's one thing people kind of forget. They get so sucked in on what's going on and forget, hey man, you're here to leave something behind. You're here to tell a story. You're here to leave a movie behind for your kids, your kids' kids, to move on from that. But
Fully.
people just come in and just go, all right, yep, work, that's it, die, done. But yeah, like, just take a moment and just do what you want and change your life in a better way that can impact others, because one day you could be that statue that people talk to, like, hey, you know, this guy really made an impact in this world that made it a better place, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So yeah, like,
do you think, like, don't complain about a world that doesn't care about your complaints?
Exactly,
Like, it fully like doesn't matter.
It doesn't,
like, you can complain all you want about it changing, but like, it doesn't care.
It doesn't care. So what,
like, I want as much as I can in this life, you know. I want abundance. I want to be able to share that with other people. And I think, you know, this is business, right? Look at life like business, right? Not every business is successful. Not every endeavor is successful. It's the same with life. So like, if one thing doesn't work out for you, you can just create something else. Like, I am so lucky now that there's something that I've been passionate about for so many years that's now like fills my entire life. That's my art practice, painting. Like, I'm so lucky that I can spend most of my time painting, and this was something that I never thought I'd ever be able to like follow as a career. Always got told that I wasn't gonna, you know, make money out of it, be successful out of it. And
I saw that on Instagram, the one you just posted, the brown guy. I loved it.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. Appreciate that, man. That's a good piece.
It's kind of like when you first had when you first showed your art.
Yeah,
you were there. And damn, man, that was amazing, man.
Are you having another one?
Yeah, I'll do another exhibition.
Because I wasn't there.
Yeah.
I'm working on this series. So that piece you were talking about, I'm working on that one. I've got 3 nearly finished with that one, but I'm making about 6 or so. They take about 4 months to make. So it's going to probably be next year. I'm doing a submission this year for the Archibald as well. It's like biggest portrait painting competition.
I know that.
Yeah. So I just met with the sitter yesterday. Can't really talk too much about it, but I'm really excited. It's got to be someone that's quite well known and working with someone in politics for it. So I'm actually really excited to submit this because I feel like I'm finally confident enough, and it really matters who you pick. And they were just like the nicest person as well about the whole situation, which was great because you just never know. I've never met a politician really before, so it was so nice and it was just awesome. So I'm really excited for that. But
let us know when the art show is, and we're going to attend, obviously.
Yeah,
that's what I'm saying.
We're show that love
with your art, man. Like that has changed a lot of things for you. You know what I mean? And that's one thing people got to do. If you love something, just fucking do it.
I wish I did it years ago.
Yeah.
This is the thing. I worked so hard to be this model, and I like this. The thing I started off with talking about, like, you don't see how much hard work people put in behind the scenes. Like, I wanted to be a model. Okay, this is not putting anything on models, but I wanted to be a model because, like, you know, I just thought I looked cool and all this stuff. But other people were doing this shit. The photographers, the stylists, the editors, they were all doing it. They were placing me there. How can I be the successful person if I'm the person getting told what to do? So for me, like,
it's a great way to look at it.
I reached that point of like, that's as far as you can subserviently get without actually adding something to the world. Like, I still do modeling, but like, I come at it now as like, I'm an artist. Like,
well, you're right.
I get booked for a modeling job as an artist.
People call you now and want you, and you come with your story. It's not that you're just following what they want you to do.
Exactly. I put me in there, but you know, I spend like so much time alone, like painting, like, you know, going to the gym, like I barely drink, like all these things that I do, like
it's what you want
to manifest and think about this. This is what I want in the world. I want to be a role model. I want these next generation. I want to be like when I listened to my music back in the day, and there was like all the people that didn't drink and stuff, and they like helped me escape like the violence that I witnessed. I want to be that person. I want to like give them that like hand out there. That's why I want like this podcast and stuff. That's why I want to be in places like this to talk, because, you know, as shit as like my story has been, I don't think it's been for no reason.
That's it.
Like, and it's just fuel. Like, it's fuel in the fire to like share more love.
And this is giving you the strength to do it.
Yeah, and it makes me goddamn relatable, man. I can go anywhere, and like, regardless, like if I ever get like hell rich or some shit, I'll never be a fucking egotistical cunt. Like, sorry to say it like that, but like I see you. Like, I see people, like, because I have that empathy. I've been there, and like, I just want abundance to give more. Like, I just want to create more to give more. I want to make art that I can't really like because I made it. I want other people to like it. I want them to escape from their mind. Like, it's about them.
That's it.
It's not about you. It's about them.
Yeah, fully. Yeah.
That's the way.
And you know what time it is now?
Yeah, let's get it.
He knows.
He was already, I was ready for that.
I need music for this. I need something like, I don't know, something to bring it in. But this is our famous 60-second game.
Right.
Josh?
Let me just quickly.
Let you pour up some vodka.
Yeah.
This is just water, mate. H2O. So what I'm going to do is, Josh, I'm going to give you an example. I'm going to let you know what's going on. I'm going to give you a rundown of it.
All right.
We're going to set the timer and we're going to just dive into it. All right? I love putting people on the spot with this, man.
Oh, God. Look, he's already sweating. He's like, what is it?
All right, so the 60-second game is that you've got 60 seconds. Okay, I'm just going to throw words out to you.
Yeah.
And you're going to think of a motivational, inspiring word for that word.
Okay.
I'll give you an example. So I'll start you off.
Yeah.
I didn't do this in the previous ones, which I feel like I'm an idiot.
I
need to give these guys an example because
you expect someone to just sit here and then you be like, oh, dog, and they're like, oh, pet. Like you gotta give them an example of gotta give them an example for them to understand. You know, but do what
I'm
you
a
gotta
useless teacher, Josh.
When they said dog and they're like, me.
Do. Yeah. That's it.
Well, we're doing this right. Okay, we're still learning, so it's getting there. But no, it's great.
It's good.
All right, so an inspirational word or a motivation word, something that's gonna pump people up, something's gonna be positive. It could be anything, just whatever comes to your mind when you hear this. All right. So the example is LeBron, right? So if I say LeBron, I think of GOAT. I think of hard worker.
Yeah.
I think of what do you think of, Aliu?
He strives. Destined for
Tall.
greatness. Yeah. No.
No, that's not inspirational, Josh. I mean, it's inspirational for people who are short.
Yeah.
Carly.
The leg lengthening guys are like in the room, like, yeah, bro, yeah, my dream, LeBron. Oh, no. You've seen that shit, eh? The leg lengthening.
Yes, sir.
Don't do it.
Okay, so do you understand the game, or do you need another example?
No, let's do it.
Okay, because I don't have another example.
All right. I'm like red as
I love it. The vibe is great. It's a great space, and we're loving it. All right.
Yeah.
So you ready?
Yeah, let's do it.
Let's do it. Now the other guy that was on here, he got it on the Bing.
On the go.
That was
Oh,
huge.
man, the pressure.
Yeah.
No, it's not. I'll start the timer when I finish the first question. How's that?
All right.
Let's
It's all right,
Damn.
let's do it.
I feel like someone from Wheel of Fortune.
Yeah,
All right.
I was like, what's my prize? I get to leave like in one piece. You fail, you're on that cover, dude.
Are you ready?
Ready? Yes, sir.
Okay. Hustle.
Push. I don't know.
Strength.
Oh man, it's really hard. Strength. Commitment.
Perseverance.
Oh, so is it like one word I say back, or
Yeah.
like
Can be one or one word that comes to you or whatever. Or
pushing through?
thunder.
I'm gonna say lightning. What's wrong? I know. My mind's going too creative on this. I'm sorry, bro.
That's all good.
Denzel Washington.
The Manchurian Candidate. Nah. Well, he's inspiring as a person anyway, isn't he? Goddamn deep voice. Like, I don't know.
Deep voice. Red.
Power.
Goat.
Greatest of all time.
Setback.
Persevere.
You lose.
Sorry, I think I lost like instantly, hey. Can I leave still though? So guys, I'll be on the next episode as well, and all of them you're like, you can only leave when you get this right. Oh man, it's high school all over again, right? I'm repeating again.
It's hard, isn't it?
Hard, isn't it?
Man, I was the only 19-year-old repeating 4th grade. Like,
Damn. But hey, man.
I mean, I didn't mean to get that deep. I was talking about the game.
I'm just not good at tests, alright? Like, you call it a game. I feel
pretty hard,
judged.
though. That's the thing. It's pretty
It
hard.
is.
It is
Pretty
hard.
hard. You gotta think.
It's hard off the dome. That's
Yeah,
why we
especially-
do it. It's awesome. It's just awesome to be able to know. Okay, thunder. What's another word for that? You know,
Yeah.
it's crazy. So what
Yeah,
can be
that's better than
motivating
mine. I said
and
lightning.
inspiring
I nearly said Thor.
Well, I mean, we go through all this stuff during our day-to-day life, and we have to find inspiration for it. We have to find inspiration. We have to find something to get us up in the morning. Discipline. Ooh, yes, we almost forgot. Ooh,
discipline,
lucky. You hate me right now because I got another question for you.
Yeah, get ready for this
I'm
one.
already like an F minus.
So, Josh, as a person, as someone as eccentric as yourself, as inspiring, wanting to help people, show empathy to them, you know, and feel how they feel, to get to where you are, to reach your goals from the setbacks that you have faced, what do you do in the morning to set yourself up, G yourself up for the week, for the day, whatever it is?
Oh, bro, I'm pretty bad at procrastinating. I'm not gonna lie. I read this thing the other day. Actually, it was about what's his name? Picasso. Picasso like had like this weird routine. I feel like I'm kind of similar to him.
Go tell us.
His day was like real slow. Like he'd be up at like, I get up at like 7 a.m. but he wouldn't be like out in his studio until like 12 o'clock, and he'd go get his coffee and just chill, meander around or whatever. And like I'm fully like that. Like I wake up.
So there's nothing to get yourself into the mood?
No, I used to do yoga like every morning, and I felt like it was a chore. Like I used to like run and push myself. I was like, I want to be the 5 a.m. club, you know, like run, do these things in the morning. And I just like hated it. And I feel like if you're like torturing yourself with like motivation, it's not good for you. So like I like actually like that little bit of chill in the morning. I'll wake up, I'll like have my coffee, like just sit back, read the news, chuck ABC on TV. Like I love the news. I love feeling like I'm informed anyway. I just like to see what's happening. And then like I'll, you know, start doing emails like pretty much straight away, like wake up and work. But just chill with it. And then like, you know, go paint for a little bit. I always feel a little bit more positive about my day if I've spent like from like 9 a.m. till about 1 o'clock in the studio painting.
So the studio is your go-to mode, like lock in.
Yeah. Chuck tunes on, and like then I'll just like, you know, that's
that's what I'm after.
Yeah,
that's what I mean. Yep.
That's like
that's your lock in.
Yeah, going there 100%. And then I'll head to the gym in the afternoon. After that, I'm like a mad afternoon workout person. It's so good for me because I can sleep and stuff. Yeah, because
you can get on that pre-workout and like,
dude, I don't even do pre-workout. Like I'll just have like a, you know,
are you doing it wrong?
Mad feed. Like
sorry,
I've got to have some kamikaze.
Yeah,
bro.
you got to get on it, man.
The packaging's like, you know, it's pretty cool, bro.
Look at that. Get on to this.
Yeah, I like it. I like the art behind it. It's cool as.
It's really good. Tell them there's nothing in it. I've got a sip out of that. Okay. No, but honestly, pre-workout does make a difference. But if you can bolster yourself and G yourself up without pre-workout, why the fuck not?
Yeah.
You know, that's your
You gotta
painting.
find your ways.
Yeah, that's
whatever makes you comfortable.
Yeah, I
And
think
that
it's
stimulates.
that like that being alone for me is like what gets me excited. Like I love, like I used to paint in my house and stuff, and like now I love being alone, like from the whole world, and just like focusing on my dreams.
Do you go to a place
Is it
where,
like a certain,
where you don't normally go? No, is in like in your mind when you paint. Do you go to some other
I'm
place?
like focusing so much.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, like it's like hyper concentration, like the whole time I'm painting.
What are you focusing on?
Just the actions, just painting, trying to make what I want the painting to look like, looking at something, looking back at it, judging it, like, you know, some of it's becoming like I'll dust my brush off and stuff, not thinking now, because
So,
I'll
second nature.
mix colors without thinking now, like
With your eyes closed?
Yeah, I could mix some colors, I reckon. Like if I looked at where they were, I could probably make them, but yeah, I just kind of intuitively like mix them up now and
I'd mix them up and put them all on my face. I couldn't even see that. Yeah, so hats off to you.
Yeah, I feel like that's like the dream day. I've also like I work as an event photographer, and I've got like a few clients like with like the council and stuff like that, and like I've been doing heaps of stuff at the art centre, taking photos of their plays, and that job's incredible. It's like really nice because as a creative, like and as I was saying before with modeling, like when you just have that one income, you're like waiting for that invoice. Whereas for me, like to have event photography, to be able to do that and then have that as like my primary source of income. And I don't, it's not about me. Like I'm there, I love it because I'm just like taking photos of the event and I'm just hiding away and no one knows me or no one has
And it's
talked
for
to
them.
me.
It's their
It's
photos.
for them, yeah. And it's all about making them look great. And it's not like fashion photography where it's stressful and it's like on the photographer still, like they've still got to do so much for it. Whereas I just capture the moment and I get to be a part of it. Like I've gone to like, Indigenous, I did like Indigenous youth and health. And I learnt so much for like my kids, like where I could take them to like school or like, this weird being there filming them talking. And I'm like, oh, wow. All right. I'm so stoked I'm actually here. Like, we're just, like a crypto one I went to, and I was like, oh dude, like I've never heard about this before. And then people start talking to you, so like, you know, it brings like this plethora of people like into my world that like I never would have had the opportunity to meet. But yeah, it's cool because I still get to be creative. Like I feel like it's like the weirdest like blessing, because I literally bought my cameras to take photos and videos for social media, and then I just have had a friend who's like passed on clients, and then they've liked my work, and it's just kept coming. So I'm like so grateful that it's this weird job that I never studied for, never expected to do, just got it, ran with it, and now I'm like, it's like my backbone of like how I can do my creative work.
You see, it's all from your like creative side that's brought that into your world.
Yeah,
which is a good thing, you know. Like, so I'm saying, like, I'm
just saying, say yes.
Yeah.
Like, yes, I can do it. I don't know if I can do it, but I can do it.
You can do it, yeah.
Just say yes.
Yeah. And then like, just if you hate it, like I didn't do it.
Yeah. But now you like it though, even though it was something that you never thought you would do.
Yeah.
Like, look at that. It's played a part in what you love.
Yeah.
So now you're doing it as also something you love as well.
Yeah. But you can make anything creative. You can make any situation creative. You can make any job creative. Anything. And if you can't, it's not for you.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And you'll find out. You'll know.
Bro, I've seen like people like, you know, driving a forkllift, for instance, like being creative as all hell on a forklift, like stacking
me, man,
that stuff in there.
If you see me on a forklift, damn, bro.
Oh shit, he's driving backwards with the little knob.
Skirt. That's it. Yeah, that's what I do at work, man. Just skirt. Yeah, but it's fun, man. Yeah, you can make a lot of things happen from those opportunities that you started, because you're the one that starts your thing, you know. So yeah, like, I don't know, it's just like just grind on what you want. Don't worry about nobody, because at the end of the day you could find other things from that thing that you started. Yeah,
you never know what's around the corner, eh? Like, still don't know. Like, I just started my own clothing brand, and like got some like big things happen next year, which like
that you never thought would happen.
I can't talk about.
Yeah, I know.
We want to know later when you can talk about it.
Hell excited for
of course.
it, and like that all kind of came out of like a whim as well. So watch this space for fashion, eh? So yeah, it's like it's exciting time, because I just don't say no, eh? I just like just like.
Just dive into it all.
Yes.
Yes. I want to do that. Yes, I like that. I want to do that.
I got invited to Indonesia to do a fashion runway there. And like, I got invited with 2 other fashion students that like studied at uni. And I like just do paintings. So I like design my like samples and release them through manufacturers quicker to get them. But then I needed to like have an element where I had clothes that incorporated the Indonesian like textiles. So I went out and bought a sewing machine and taught myself how to sew, so I could learn how to make clothes to put into this runway. What? And I said yes the whole time, and was like, I can do this. Literally running down, grab a sewing machine, and I'm like, all right, I can sew now. Like, but I said yes first. I had enough time to learn, and I did it. So
and look at that. Look at the achievement now.
I got to show my clothes overseas, and sponsored by Australian government, Department of Foreign Affairs. Go to the king of Jogja's like residence and eat food that made me die on the airplane home, but I felt so bad because it was the Sultan's palace, and like my stomach is not like prepared to eat that kind of food. I had to say yes.
Josh, I'm loving this episode. I am really the resilience, the change. You know, we've touched on it. We've
cowboy hats, the cowboy boots.
That's right.
Denim.
The Italian
sparkly belt,
pizza, the pasta. But it's all about resilience, yeah. And before we let you go, Josh, because you've been fucking fantastic.
Thanks, bro.
You've been a real standout. What's one thing you could say to the people watching, you know, that are suffering from depression, from like self-doubt, the youngins as well, trying to start their own clothing brand, start their own venture into modeling or anything that they might want to do, or career? What would be your advice? What's something that you want to reach out to them?
Work really hard, like on yourself first, and create like the vision of yourself that you want the world to see. So like, you know, whatever that means to you, like go inwards, and find that first before you like start searching like out in the world or putting things out in the world. Like have that solid foundation of like who you are. And I know it can be hard like when you're young, because you know we don't really know who we are, and we're like, you know, we get inspired when we're young from other people, but just remember, like, you know, you're like a reflection of like your closest friends, you're a reflection of like your family, and you're a reflection of what you do. So just like, if you want positivity, give it out there.
That's it. Wow.
Amen.
Amen.
That's it.
And fucking smash it.
Woo, smash
You
it,
can
yeah,
do it.
get it,
Yeah,
get the
that's
gym, lift some weights.
Yeah.
Start painting.
Jump on the Stairmaster. Yeah.
But Josh, thank you so much.
Hey, cheers,
yes, it's been a pleasure.
Thank you.
Thanks, man.
That's it for today's episode of The Creative Journey, okay? Guys, I hope you found something that resonates with you. And if you are dealing with hardships or anything like that, just remember there is people out there that listen. Always have your support group around you. Have the best people around you, because they're the ones that are going to lift you and help you. Remember, your story is your story. It's powerful. Make it how you want it, how you want to be remembered. Leave your legacy, because your potential can turn someone's day around. All right? And remember, if you think you're the GOAT, you know you are.
And don't forget, hit that share, hit that like, get us out there, you know. Make sure you leave the GOAT as well, because if you know you're a GOAT, you're a GOAT. So, laters, guys, let's get it. Peace. That's it. It's a wrap.
Josh, we out.